Well, welcome back, my friends. We are in a mini series here. This is the fourth installment about Abraham and Sarah in the creation of our world. And we just left off in video 3 where Abraham planted the seed of the tree of life in Sarah's bowl. But behold, before Sarah had germinated the seed in her bowl, Lucifer attacks the garden. So this is where we've left off. So we're into chapter 8. We're reading from the Holy Megillah Nasarean Bible of the Essene Way. And this is a relatively short chapter, so it's only a page and a bit. So I'm going to read that to you, and this one is called Lucifer Attacks the Garden of Eden. Yea, as had been revealed to Abraham and Sarah during Shabbat, Lucifer, the servant of Satan, attacked the garden with his soldiers, fallen angels of the Lucifer rebellion. And these soldiers are called seraphim, for they spit fire from their serpent staffs. Lo, Luciferian skyships drop gourds of poisoned water and poisoned fire over the area of the garden, for Satan had ordered Lucifer to prevent the planting of the tree of life on this world. But before the gourds of poisoned water and fire landed on the garden, Abraham and Sarah protected the holy seed, for they had been warned in a vision that this attack would occur. Yea, Abraham and Sarah put the holy seed between their bodies and entwined themselves round it. Then they each shed a tear of compassion for all the souls of this world, who would be deceived by the Luciferians. For, behold, their tears did water the holy seed, and it germinated, as they buried their feet in the soil in the center of the garden. Lo, in a flash of light, the tree of life was fully grown. Its 7 roots were firmly rooted in the center of the garden. Its 7 branches reached up to the heavens. Behold, Abraham and Sarah were within the tree, and through the center of the tree they passed into the center of the sun, which is the temple of light. For lo, the center of the tree is the center of the all, and all centers are connected thereat. But Abraham and Sarah were not alone, for when they had entwined in the garden and wept the tears of compassion, they watered the seed of the tree of life. Behold, one of Abraham's tears entered the womb of Sarah, and she was now pregnant with child. Now, at the very same moment that the tree of life had sprung up in the center of the garden, the entire garden sprang to life. Yea, all the dormant bodies and sleeping souls of the various species of plant and animal life were awakened. And when the gourds dropped by the Luciferian skyship hit the tree of life, lo, they did not harm the tree. For once a tree of life has been planted, it cannot be harmed. And the tree of life changed the poisoned water and poisoned fire of the gourds into good water and good fire. Behold, the Luciferians were dismayed that they had not prevented the planting of the tree of life on this world, but they had a second plan. Though they could not destroy the tree of life, they could plant their own seed and try to deceive the creatures of this world to eat from their tree instead of the tree of life. Thus it was that outside of Cush, Near its border, the Luciferians planted their own tree, the tree of evil disguised as good, called Baalal, which means confuse. Lucifer said to his soldiers, "Behold, I will plant my own seeds beside their garden, near their tree. I will plant my tree. And I will appear to Adam and Eve and tell them I am their God. I will command them to obey my angels and me. Lo, I will forbid them to eat of the fruit of the tree of life, and I will command that they eat only from the tree that I plant." And the tree of evil disguised as good was not only evil, rather it was a cunning mixture of good and evil, of truth mingled with falsehood. For Lucifer knew that the young souls he wished to ensnare would not knowingly choose the dark path. Yea, darkness must be mixed with enough light to make it palatable. Neither would these young souls knowingly worship Lucifer and Satan rather than Elohim and Jah. Therefore, Lucifer would pretend that he was God. He would call himself Yahweh and tell them that he was their creator. He would establish a priesthood of the serpent on this world, which is the satanic priesthood of the dark path. Lucifer communed with his master Satan, and behold, the voice of the serpent spoke within Lucifer, saying, "Let my priests mix good with evil, for it is in robes of good that I shall dress my seeds." And only one thing is truly needful to enslave mankind. He must be made to eat the flesh of animals. For then we can enter his body and enjoy his senses. Yea, and we can whisper in his head, and he will believe that our words are his own thoughts. No matter if his scriptures declare love one another, as long as he eats flesh, he will be unable to follow those words. And yet, because we mix those good words into his scriptures, our religion of blood sacrifice is made more palatable to the young souls we wish to ensnare. Satan continued to speak in the head of Lucifer, saying, "Adam and Eve must not eat from the tree of life, else they will know eternal life and be out of our dominion. For, should they eat only of the tree of life, their bodies will become perfected light, and they will ascend the golden ladder and will not die. Lo, if their bodies do not die and decay, they shall not fear death. And if they do not fear death, they will not worship me. Yea, and if they fear not death, they will not accept the 3 bodies of Satan. Behold, the 3 bodies of Satan are of 3 dispensations. First is the body of fallen flesh, of satanic seed. Second is the body of metals mated with flesh. Third is the body of enslaved light. And the first body of Satan prepares mankind to accept the second body. And the second body of Satan prepares mankind to accept the third body. And the dispensation of each body is of long duration, and Satan tends his garden. Wow. Is that not an unloading of information? Like, how long has this been kept from us? And if you actually go back and listen to this, or hopefully you get your own copy of the Holy Megillah and you can read this and actually take the time and think about what has just been said here, you'll begin to recognize, for example, this, we're talking about those 3 bodies of Satan, and you look at what's happening with humanity right now, you'll start to recognize and see these dispensation periods that we're talking about. You begin to understand what's happening, understanding with the killing and the eating of animals and all that stuff. Understand what's happened here and the differences between Lucifer's tree, the tree of evil disguised as good, and the actual tree of life. You'll start to understand the difference between the two, and understanding the whole impersonation, Lucifer impersonating God. Like now, if you go back and you read mainstream Christianity, certain things are going to start sticking out to you. So when I came across this, because I had a hard time myself when I was reading a lot of mainstream Christianity, and something just didn't feel right. But when I read this, things started to click. And then you start investigating and learning about the different books and stuff that they pulled out of the mainstream, and understanding about the different schisms of Christianity and with Peter and Paul, and you start getting into all that. So there's so much more. But I hope you found this really, really interesting. I hope it inspires you to get your own copy of the Holy Megillah. Again, I'm leaving the link in below, so you can go to their website and you can get a copy of the book or any other Essene books. There's lots of them there. And as per normal, I'm always here. If you ever want to drop me a line and ask me a question or whatever, I'm always open to talking about these things. Anyways, my friends, I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye-bye.